Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show the easiest and fastest way in which you can get your first job on Upwork. Now if you didn't know what Upwork is, Upwork's a place where freelancers can go to basically promote themselves in order for people to find them and then hopefully hire them for a job. So let's get into it. I'm just going to guide you through the way of how you should properly set up your profile in order to be attractive to a potential client. So to start with, you first want to add your title. So let's just say I was a website developer. I'll type in that and then go next, add your experience. Now, if you have relevant work experience to this, you need to add all of it in because this is really important. People will see your profile, and if you don't have any relevant work experience, they're not going to be very likely to hire you simply because the fact that they don't know if they can trust you or not. So what I would suggest if you don't have any work experience is to actually reach out to certain people and see if you can work for them for free. And the reason is because you want to build up your portfolio, and once you do that, if you do a good job, the person that you've done it for will put in a good word for you, and then you'll be able to put in your relevant work experience here and it'll help build your career. Although you will be doing work for free to start with, it's basically crucial because without work experience, you're not really going to be able to get really good clients. So that's what I would suggest to get started with. Next up, you want to go in the bottom right corner and select next, add your education. As you can see here, clients like to know what you know. Add your education here. Now, this will be different for each job, but obviously the more education you have, the better it is really. It's not a downside to have more education. However, this might not necessarily be vital for getting a job in what I'm doing, for example, the web development. For certain jobs, education will be more important than it is for others. As I chose web development as a job for this video, having education for that isn't the most important thing in the world. In my opinion, I'd rather hire someone who's got a lot of work experience designing websites rather than someone who's got a really good degree. So next up, you want to click next, add languages. So as you can see, Upwork is global, so clients are often interested to know what languages you speak. English is a must, but do you speak any other languages? Now this can come in handy if you can speak multiple languages, as there's not really a negative to it. It's just going to benefit you a lot. So once you've done that, click next. And here it will ask you what work you're here to do. Now, in this box, you want to type in as much as possible. It says here, your skills show clients what you can offer and help us choose which jobs to recommend to you. Add or remove the ones we've suggested or start typing to pick more. It's up to you. So as you can see, there's a maximum of 15 skills you can add. So you just basically want to put in every single possible thing you can think of in here. You don't want to undersell yourself. Even if you've got basic skill level, you should still add it because it's still something you can do. And if someone's looking at hiring you, that could be a bonus. So add in as much detail here as you possibly can. And then up next, select next. And here's a bio. So this is really important. This will make or break whether you get hired. Or not. So here's the main part where people can learn about you. So it says here to enter your top skills, experiences, interests. This is one of the first things clients will see in a profile. That's how you know it's really important. This will be one of the first things that a potential client will see. So if you just said website dev, then that's not going to be very interesting to people. You haven't put any effort in at all. However, if you typed out something like this, this is so much better. He says a little bit about himself, and then there's also a few bullet points. So he says what he's experienced in, HTML, CSS, etc. I'll fully project manage your brief from start to finish. Regular communication is really important to me, so let's keep in touch. So things like that are really good and will really help sell yourself. So I recommend putting as much detail in here as possible and just putting a few points that are going to be attractive to a future client, such as this, regular communication. That's something that some people struggle with, and communication is key. So conveying that you are very good at communication is definitely a positive. And then here's where you can add the main services that you offer. So this will be different for each person, but you just basically want to add in all the services that you are capable of doing. And then you want to select next, set your rate. Now this is also important as well. So your rate will depend on the type of person you are and what sort of work you are doing. So if you're new to it, I would recommend to start a lot lower, as you won't have as much experience and you just won't be able to compete with the people who are charging the top amount. So if you are inexperienced, it's better to do a bit lower to start with to potentially get clients. And then from there, if you see an increase in demand, you can slightly raise it and make it a bit more fair for yourself. So the minimum you can do is $3 and the maximum is $999. So keep that in mind when you are adding your hourly rate. And then next up, you want to add your photo and location. A professional photo helps build trust with your clients. To keep things safe and simple, they'll pay you through us, which is why we need your personal info. So don't worry that they're asking for your phone number, street address, etc. This is vital in order to get paid. And when it comes to the photo, this is 100% true. A professional photo is so important. There's all sorts of AI tools out there now that you can simply upload a photo of your face and it will give you back some professional looking headshots. I've seen people do this for their LinkedIn profiles and it gives some really good results. So if you don't have a good enough camera or you're not able to take a good enough profile picture, this is what I would suggest to do, as it could be really beneficial. You've got to remember the photo is something that people are going to see straight away. So if you have a stupid photo in there, people are going to take you less seriously. So you want to be as professional as possible. So after you've completed those steps, your profile will successfully be set up and you're ready to apply and take on some work. So what I'd suggest is go up to the top here where it says find work. And here there's a few different things you can choose. So you can either just set up your profile and hope someone messages you, or you can go out and seek work too. So you can look. So in my case, I chose web development. So you can choose people who are looking for a web development. So you can choose people who are looking for a web developer, and you can contact them with a professional message, and give them just say, hey, I'm interested in your job, and give them a bit of detail about yourself, and hopefully they get back to you and are interested in working with you. Now, the key to getting your first job would be to be as professional as possible. Make sure your English is 100% perfect if you are speaking English. Make sure and we've already been through the profile, so you should have your profile set up really professionally. And you just need to present yourself in a way that is employable. So if you're talking to people, don't not reply for hours. You need to be really good at communication. You need to speak in perfect English. You need to be able to sell yourself in a way that gets them excited to work for you. So once you've completed all them steps, you should have been able to get your first job on Upwork. Hopefully you can take some of these tips I've given you to get your first job. If you did find this video helpful, please comment down below to say this video helped you out, and like and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching.